Here's what you need. I do want to show you that. You need joint compound. This is a huge bucket. We had it left over from our bathroom renovation, but they do make smaller buckets of it. You need a large and small spackle or putty knife and plenty of paper towel. That's it. Step one, take your small putty knife, dip it in the joint compound, and then apply it to the larger one. I'm gonna put just a little bit more. You don't wanna put too much because you don't want it to be really hard to work with, and that's about all that I want. Now it's time to apply it to the wall. Do not be scared of this step, okay? I was a little intimidated by it at first, but guys, just slap it on there, okay? So you're gonna do it down like this, and what you're gonna do, you're going to start working it into the grout like this. And by grout, I mean the grout line. So once you really work it in, you're going to take your large spackle knife and just rub it along like this. See how it's already looking distressed? And then next, you're gonna take your finger, you're going to run it along the grout lines because you don't want the grout lines the same height as the brick. You still want that dimension. So just go along the grout lines that are going down. And with this extra spackle, I take my spackle or putty knife and I just put it right back on there because it's just gonna keep adding up, because then I can just use this again and then I'm not wasting any spackle. Okay, this is why you need a paper towel, by the way. Easy cleanup. So next thing I did, the spackle covered a little bit too much of the brick. I wanted more of a distressed look in some areas. So I took my spackle knife and I start going over. Sorry guys, I get really quiet and I concentrate. I can't do two things at once. Anyway, I go over it and knock off some of the joint compound so it exposes more of the brick. Here's a tip for you, something I learned the hard way, one of my mistakes, but if you're wanting to remove some of the spackle for the distress look, it is time sensitive. You don't want to wait, because if you wait too long, the spackle's gonna dry and you're not gonna be able to distress it even further. Here's how I solved that problem. I work in a small area, a little bit bigger than this, but not too much bigger. Apply the spackle, run my fingers through the grout line, and then I immediately pick up that smaller spackle knife and start distressing it. Just enough time for it to kind of dry, but not too much. Something else I discovered that I want to share with you because it kind of me by surprise. I want you guys to know this too. But when you distress it, you see some of the red areas. As it dries, those darker areas are actually going to dry a little whiter.